Okay, Shroud! Okay!
Shroud is one of those names that has become synonymous with the first-person shooter genre, so it's been nice to see him grinding a bit of Valorant after not playing the game for quite some time. Shroud might not be a quote-unquote pro gamer anymore, but he hasn't lost much in the way of game sense, competitive knowledge, or aiming skills. Watching him play Valorant or spectate some of the VCT events, it's clear that his tac shooter IQ from years of Counter-Strike is well beyond that of just a variety streamer or even most ex-pros. In this video, we are going to break down a play of his from a competitive game on Bind. The round begins with Shroud's team set up to make a play at B while he lurks A to catch a potential flanker through the teleport. As his team pushes up towards the B site, Shroud crosses A short and checks a couple of the main areas that defenders might rotate from. One of his teammates falls, and since the spike is nearing the site, Shroud knows he needs to get there to reinforce the push or potentially defend a post plant. Unfortunately, as he makes the rotation, two more of his teammates fall, and the Raze gets pushed back out of hookah. This round is looking pretty terrible and is a very common sight in poorly organized solo queue games. If Shroud wants to win this round, he needs to play a very smart game, hit his shots, and maybe let the other team throw a bit. So let's take a quick look at what information he has to work with to try and make this comeback happen. As of right now in the round, Shroud knows that Brimstone, Reyna, Phoenix, and Skye are all at B through cues on the minimap or where their abilities have landed. He shoots the incoming Skye ultimate, checks for a potential flank from Jett, and then expects a push out of hookah from Skye after she uses a blinding light hawk that doesn't flash anyone. In some sense, this is a little throwy from the Skye considering that the spike is down and the defense is way ahead. However, it's also kind of understandable that the Skye is trying to pinch the players trying to move up B long to get the spike and is probably feeling a bit overconfident since it's a 5 against 2 for the defense. Shroud outduels the Skye to unlock his ultimate, which will prove critical later on, and then full heals off of her corpse. He makes his way over to long B and pops Empress to prepare for a disadvantaged fight. He's still worried about a potential market flank from the Jett, so you'll see him check a couple of times as he makes his way up towards long. And I'm only mentioning this because since Jett doesn't show market, it helps Shroud confirm that she has likely made a safe rotation to B through the spawn instead of an aggressive one. Shroud then throws out his first Leer with no intention of pushing after it, but instead is just trying to get some information about how many players are holding the angle and which sides of the corridor they're on.
I'll get one of these bullets.
He hears at least two people beyond the smoke shooting back and knows that at least one of them is on the teleport side due to the audio cues. He then rechecks the flank again and waits for the smoke to dissipate. He heard one player fall back to reload into the octagon area and uses this opportunity to peek the teleport side just in time to see Phoenix fall back as well. Phoenix then makes a critical error by reloading, and Shroud uses this moment and the noise of Brimstone's smokes falling to push. He lands the shots and instantly dismisses to deny the Brimstone's trade. It's just for a second though, because the Brimstone has crouched and committed to a spray against the Raze, Shroud's remaining teammate, at the end of long, so Shroud cancels his invisibility and blasts the Brimstone before dismissing once again. This time he lets the healing go for full duration while scouting the Reyna, who has come to try and salvage this play for the defenders. Shroud starts to fall back towards the cover of the smoke, but when the Reyna retreats, he changes his mind. Notice how he slowly peeks the archway and then sets up his crosshair to aim the cubby outside of hookah, not looking for the Reyna who is inside the octagon. By pre-aiming the cubby, he is able to strafe directly to the side to make the peek. Obviously, the Jett probably still should have hit the shot, but the fact that he peeked in this way made it more likely that she would miss. Shroud being Shroud, he nails the shot by ADSing to make his accuracy slightly higher and then anticipates the wide swing from a now very desperate Reyna to close out an insane comeback round with an ace. One final point about the decision making, notice how he left the orb from Jett available just in case he needed to dismiss away from the Reyna as well, just as a precaution. Obviously, this round is made possible due to some missed shots by the other team, a couple of misplays, and Reyna's unique 1v1 potential, but it's also super inspiring to see what is possible when your brain and aim sync up with the determination to win. It makes me want to try harder in seemingly impossible situations just to see if I can isolate each duel and make something incredible happen. Shroud has built his massive reputation off of moments like these, and it's impossible not to be impressed when watching a master of their craft perform at their peak. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. And as always, let me know who I should analyze next in the comments section below.